Hi, good day, traders. Welcome to Trade City Academy and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's been a while I dropped a video, but today I just feel like analyzing this coin and predicting the next price movement. This coin has actually given me a lot of money because I started following it from when it was 0.3, that's GMT. Since it was 0.3, if you can see from my chart here, you discover that I have done an analysis. I think that was from here. So I knew of this coin around this zone 0.34 to 0.5. But unfortunately, many persons got to know about this when it has gotten to about $3. Okay, GMT, quickly, let's go back to the fundamental. What I always advise my students is when you see any coin, don't just rush and buy. Go and read more about the coin. Now, this is um, coin market cap. Now, if you go to coin market cap, you will get to know more about the coin. If you are new to coin market cap, you can just search the coin you need here and it will bring it up. So this is GMT. This is the coin, but I just want to quickly show you something before we go ahead. Now, GMT is the green metaverse token. Now, it is a governance token for STEPN. STEPN is a Web3 platform. Now, we talked about Web1, Web2, Web3, and many other things coming on. One thing about blockchain is innovations, new ideas will come in. So you can play to earn. It's more like a social element and gamification platform and designs. So it's new innovation. We talked about Gala, I've done an analysis on Gala. I've done an analysis on other coins as well. All of these are metaverse tokens. So you playing to earn. It's fun. They are bringing in fun into the blockchain project. So GMT is actually their governance token. And now there are many things that are actually pushing it. You can get to read who is behind the STEPN project and also get to know why this coin will eventually do wonders. If you can see here, it is created and found by Satoshi Lab. Obviously, I know when people hear about Satoshi, they think it's Nakamoto, the one who discovered Bitcoin. So that alone might cause a FOMO. That's a good form of fundamental for people. The moment you hear Satoshi, you say, oh, that alone could cause a positive FOMO for people to dive in. But this is my focus today. I'm going to be talking about the technical aspect of it. So quickly, when you look at the coin, I haven't read about it, then you go back to your chart. Now, let me analyze my chart from when it was listed. So I will first of all go to my daily chart. I'm a pure price action trader, so I don't really use indicators. Not like I don't believe in indicators. Indicators are created by men, so I use them for confirmation. If at all, I should use them. But I'm going to show you something. Now, this coin was listed on Binance. This is on Binance. This is TradingView at around 0.19 when it was listed. Now, if you notice, for beginners, let me just show you a simple trick I use for beginners. If you notice, it was listed here. Now, the next candle was the red one. After the red candle, we saw 3 green candles. Now we saw 2 red candles. So even though you're a complete newbie to crypto, if you go to your daily time frame and you discover that a coin has 1 green, after the listing, they had 1 red, you had 3 green, you had 2 red, it means the number of green candles is even higher than the number of red candles. Now, if you see, consider the length of the green compared to the red, you discover that the green candles are more in length compared to the red candles. So even though you don't even know anything about crypto, men looking at this thing should show you that this particular cryptocurrency should do well. So we have 3 here, it came again, we had 2, and we have 2 big candles. At this particular point, the coin started gaining relevance. Now, if you look at the chart here on the daily, you discover that we have been on an uptrend. I always tell my students, never trade against the trend. So you must first of all identify the trend, and you get to do that from the higher time frame. So we are on an uptrend. How do we know? An uptrend is characterized by this: a high, a pullback, then a continuous high, higher high, then a small pullback, possibly coming to retouch this zone. Then we see this. So there is a continuation of the movement upward. So let's see if we can confirm that from this chart. Quickly, let me remove my initial analysis so we can use that. So let's assume this is a small pullback. I'm using daily time frame. Then we have another this. This was another pullback. Then we have this, and we can say we have up to this. It means we are still in an uptrend. So at that point, we now say we have something like this, which is a pullback. Now, the trend becomes a reversal if the next move fails to close above this previous high. So if the next move fails to close above this previous high, let me get a zone there so we can see it. If it fails to close above this zone, then obviously we can now begin to anticipate a possible reversal. But so far, so good. On the higher time frame, we are still super bullish. So what does that mean? Now let me use my normal trend line analysis to predict the next price of this coin and why, if you're holding, don't sell. I just bought a couple of it again just over the week and it's already pumping today. I was supposed to have done this video yesterday. So looking at it, if you look at it, let me show you something quickly. Now, for those of you who are good with trend lines, you would have drawn something like this. At that point, let's assume this candle has not been formed. So I'm assuming this highlighted part have not been formed. So we are currently trading at this point. So if I've made this coin here, with this breakout candle, I will quickly long it, both on futures or on my spot. I will buy and hold. I'm looking at taking profit on this my trend line. However, since that has been done, now if you want to do your perfect trend lines, you might be thinking somebody will draw something like this. Then somebody will want to draw something like this. That's good. I always tell people, when people draw their trend line, don't assume they are wrong or anything. Somebody can come and draw something like this. If he chooses to, don't agree, don't disagree with anybody. If he plays out, that's fine. Now, if you look at what I've drawn, so far so good. Now, with my knowledge of support and resistance, this is on daily. I will consider this point as a strong resistance that has now become a support because it was broken at this point. Let me quickly switch over to 4 hours so we can easily get it perfectly. Now, if you look at it, look at my line. Like I said, this was a resistance, but because it has been broken, it is now a support and it is a strong support. Now, despite the fall, the market has failed to close below this because it's a strong zone. Many persons are looking at it. So they are thinking of buying. It came back down, retested, went back, retested, went back, retested, and gradually is pulling up. Now, what I expect this coin to do on my 4 hours is I expect this coin to go back up here. Sorry, let me also draw another trend line. So I will draw something like this. I call my trend line trap. So I will draw something like this. What I need here, what I'm waiting for here, I expect this coin from 2.25 to come to this line of 2.39, retest it, reject it. If you reject it, to fall back to this zone again, that's the zone of 2.2. Now, if this zone fails to hold, then we might see a possible pullback to around this zone. I will also want to draw my next support zone here. So if this zone fails to hold, we'll see another pullback here. That's a drop here. Then likely we'll see a move up and a likely move back to retest this, forming a double bottom. Then with that, I will expect a rally back up. This is one scenario, but this is highly unlikely to play out because what I'm anticipating is, since this zone, this trend line has been retested once, I expect this second retest to come back here, and at the end of the day, we'll break it. While breaking it, the next target point will now be around this zone. it will not be around this zone. So I'm expecting it to come to 2.6 zone, 2.6 zone. That is where I'm expecting it to come to. However, it will first of all retrace a bit when it gets to 2.36, 2.37 with what I'm projecting. Now, the moment you get to this zone, we will have a retest and a rejection a bit because it's a zone that has to be obeyed. Now, the moment that is broken, what I expect this to do is to go back to retest the all-time high. And our all-time high is around 3.1 to 3.0. Now, a lot of persons will now be looking at this all-time high because if you go back to the higher time frame, remember what I said, for the reversal to be complete, it must close above this. So when it goes to this all-time high, automatically people will think of selling. So there will be a selling pressure, market will drop a bit. Now, the moment the market drops a bit, after some time, many persons will buy because the coin is a green metaverse token. It has good fundamental backing it and it's new in the market. So because of that, it will go beyond that. So on a long term, let me quickly delete this so I'll predict what I'm seeing. I see this coin coming back to $3 soon. It's a magical coin. When it pumps more than 100% unless it doesn't want to pump or it's not in the mood to pump. So I see this coin pumping massively to, let me use my trend line to pick up where I am expecting it to go. So I am expecting it to come back up here at least to 3.1. And on the long run, I see this coin going to $4 as possible as $5 because this trend line is still valid. So this trend line is super valid. So I expect it to come to $4 first. Then from there, we are going back to $5, all things being equal. However, you must understand that the crypto market is highly dependent on the behavior of Bitcoin. So Bitcoin fell, that's why we're having this pullback on this coin. But if the market remains stable, we are likely going back to $3 as soon as possible. And from $3, it will go back to $4. And I see it hitting $5 and even more in no distant time. So quickly, so I conclude, let me confirm that on my higher time frame. So this was on 4 hours. Let me switch over to 1 week and see what we are having. So this is my weekly candle. Wow. Wow, you can see it. Wow. So let me delete all of this. So if you look at the weekly candle, we have this, we have this, we have this big bullish candle. And this was supposed to be a minor retest. After then, we expect it to go back. Now, if I must add indicators, let me quickly add a MACD just to confirm. So if you're adding your MACD indicators, and let's see if MACD agrees with this on the daily time frame. We have a lot of activities there. There's a new coin. So previous price actions are few. So MACD doesn't really have much to say. So look at it on 4 hours. On 4 hours, it has already kissed my line. This coin is going to pump. This coin is going to pump. This two line has already touched. So we're expecting this coin to pump. If you want to buy, you can go ahead and buy. If you're holding already, please don't be in haste to sell unless you are a trader. But if you're an investor and you believe in long-term holding, feel free to to keep holding it. This coin will pump. So I anticipate $3, $4, and $5 in the long run. However, please guys, you must understand that I am not a financial advisor. You don't go and use anything I said here as a financial advice. However, we always advise you be responsible for your action in the cryptocurrency and trade responsibly. This is just an educational video and it should be used for educational purpose. Feel free to like the channel, please, if you enjoyed the video. What I need from you is in favor of liking and subscribing to this video. You can share it to your friends and loved ones and stay tuned for more interesting video. Thank you.